How's it going, everyone? More news is coming out about how our assistant coaching staff is kind of going for the Green Bay Packers, especially on the defensive side. And according to Rod Demoski of ESPN, we will be retaining 2 of our current assistant coaches, so not a full-on purge. So the first one, we will be keeping pass rush specialist Jason Rebrovich for 2024 under Jeff Hafley. There are kind of some rumors and thoughts that he could, if we go to a 4-3, take over the entire defensive line and become the defensive line coach, but that remains to be seen. And then the second coach we will be keeping is defensive backs coach Ryan Downard. Now, Ryan Downard actually might be one of the good coaches to come back, especially with how well that defensive back kind of played with all the injuries going around, like Jair going down, Stokes going down, Keyshawn Nixon becoming the slot, and he had an okay season. It wasn't great. We need a change there, but he did somewhat okay. But then with Valentine coming in and playing pretty well at the safety position, with Rudy Ford being injured, Darnell Savage getting injured, Jonathan Owens coming in, and then Anthony Johnson Jr. There's a lot going on with our defensive back groups. And with all that crazy chaoticness going on there, they played pretty well, shockingly, for the year, especially towards the tail end of the year, despite how much injuries we were sustaining in that back end. So this could actually be a good thing in keeping him onto the staff. So some things about Downard. He's been with the Packers since 2018. He was a defensive quality control assistant in 2018, the assistant defensive backs coach from 2019 to 2021, and then the safeties coach in 2022 and the defensive backs coach last year. And to also add on to that, Downard did also play alongside or coach alongside Jeff Hafley before with the Cleveland Browns in 2014 and 2015. And on that defensive staff, and this is off the Packers website, he spent the 2014 and 15 seasons with the Cleveland Browns as a defensive assistant and was part of a staff that helped the Browns lead the league in opponent passer rating at 74.1 and an opponent completion percentage at 57.1 and ranked number 2 in interceptions, which they had 21 interceptions that year, in 2014. So he was part of a very good defensive team, despite the Browns really not doing so well. Also to note on that, Mike Pettin was the head coach during that time frame of 2014, 2015, in where Jeff Hafley was the defensive backs coach at the time under Jim O'Neill, who was the defensive coordinator for those 2 years, and Ryan Downard, who was the assistant coach. So there is some rapport there between Jeff Hafley and Ryan Downard, and having some good success on the defensive side. So I could see this actually being kind of a win for the Packers. Initially, it was kind of like, yes, we should probably purge the entire assistant coach, but why not keep potentially one of the good ones? Now, it still remains to be seen what his role will officially be, considering Jeff Hafley does focus more on the defensive backs. Like, that's his specialty. Will Ryan Downard still be a defensive backs coach, or will he become like a defensive pass game coordinator? That remains to be seen. And then lastly, kind of just following up, if it wasn't already official, Jerry Montgomery, who was not reported to pretty much not come back to the Packers, has officially signed with the New England Patriots as a defensive line coach. So he's definitely not returning to the Packers, and that's still fine. But kind of just giving an update like, hey, he's really not coming back official. He's with the Patriots. So just giving out another update of what's going along with our assistant coaching, especially on the defensive side. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.